Hello everyone, greetings from Kharkiv, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Today I want to discuss a very interesting topic: how to overcome bad experience from online dating. Like always, I have been inspired to this topic by our clients and mostly by our potential clients with whom I conduct first free interviews at Diolli.com. So often during this first free interview we discuss not even the current dating situation of the potential male client or his expectations and plans for the future. We have to discuss his past experience, and pretty often that was a negative experience of using an online mail order bride dating site, like a paper letter dating site, or a free online dating site, or something like Tinder or other mobile dating application. Pretty often gentlemen follow the same pattern. They have been talking online to a girl for several months, and at the end of the day they have faced disappointment. I think the most disappointing thing in such situation is the fact that they are still in that situation. They're not ready to let it go, and while I conduct the interview with them, they keep asking me the question like, do you think that that girl might be the one? What did I do wrong? What has happened? So guys, today I want to discuss with you how to overcome that bad experience from online dating and not to bring it to your current dating situation and not to spoil it with it. Like always, I will share a story with you. It is a quite common scenario. Let's assume a gentleman from United States has been corresponding with a lady on a paper letter dating site for 5 or 6 months. He was really into her. He has filtered like so many profiles there, like for weeks he was choosing a perfect candidate. And this girl, she had the right eyes, she was of the right age, her photos were perfect, her profile was really good. And in her first letter that she has sent to him, she has said all the right things. So of course he saw that finally he has found her, she is the one. They have started corresponding. Our gentleman take this correspondence really seriously, so he is writing her a letter every day. It's a long letter in which he tells about himself, his family, his expectation regarding future, about his past experience, about his dreams and hopes. From time to time they do video chat or he calls her. They exchange photos, and with each video chat or with each letter he is more and more sure that he has chosen the right girl. He has made the right choice, and when he will finally travel to Ukraine or Russia to finally meet her, he will just make sure that she is the girl he has imagined in his mind. He has already told some of his friends that he has a girlfriend in Ukraine or Russia, and probably he has even printed some of her pictures. Maybe he carries one in his wallet, or this photo is decorating his office. He hasn't forgotten about her birthday and St. Valentine's Day. He has sent her all this, and every time he sends her a letter, he is more and more sure that he has finally closed the question of search. He has found the right girl and he is in relationship already. Finally, after 5 or 6 months, he travels to Russia, Ukraine or Belarus to meet his online girlfriend. They have a date. She looks exactly like her photos, and he believes that she is even more beautiful in real life. The date lasts about 2 or 3 hours. They talk about some important and not important stuff. They take some pictures, and he asks her out on a second date. They go out on a second date, and he feels even more and more strongly that he has invested his time right. But on the third date, she tells him that, Steven, you are such a great guy and I have really enjoyed these 2 dates, but I don't feel attracted to you like I should be to my potential boyfriend. I think we should be friends. Of course, Steven feels shocked. Why? Like after 6 months of correspondence, he has already printed her picture and she says she wants to be just friends. He feels shocked, offended, betrayed, even scammed sometimes. He doesn't want to believe that she said no to him. So usually during our Skype consultation, this gentleman who has used that dating site and had that experience, he tries to tell me that, oh, that girl, she was evil. Like, why didn't she like me? Or the dating site was evil and they have attracted a not serious girl. Or maybe it was all due to the language barrier. Anyway, he tries to find someone to blame. He either blames himself, the girl, the dating site, the entire situation, the full moon, anyone and everything. At the end of the day, he's just super upset that he has invested so much efforts, time, energy and his heart into the correspondence that led to nothing. Or another scenario, they have corresponded for 3 to 4 months. It looked like everything went well. From time to time they were doing video chats or Skype calls, exchanging pictures, but then one day she sends him an email saying that, unfortunately, I'm not interested anymore. I think I have met someone. You're a great guy and I wish you luck. Or she just disappears. He keeps sending her letters and she's just not answering. Of course, our hero would be like super upset. He will try to contact the dating site or the dating agency and ask them like, why? Where is she? Like, bring her back. I want to correspond with her. And of course, like in the first scenario, he will feel betrayed, upset, devastated. What has happened? Why? He will blame the girl, himself, the dating site, her country, the dating system, full moon, everything. And at the end of the day, he has invested time, energy, heart, expectations, and he has ended up with a 0 result. So what to do in this situation? So often guys tell me that, oh, I just want to understand her reasons. I want to understand why. Is it something I said? Is it something I did? Was she an evil girl who is not like serious about relationship? What went wrong? He wants to find someone to blame, and the gentleman believes that if he will find someone to blame, then finally he will feel better and will be able to move on. To be honest, we will never know for sure the reasons of that girl. Probably she was really interested in talking to you, she liked your correspondence, but at the end of the day, when she has met the gentleman, she didn't feel that chemistry. She went out on a first date, on a second date, and unfortunately she didn't feel attraction. She didn't feel that he might be the one for her. He might be like her soulmate, her boyfriend. Maybe she didn't feel physical attraction. Maybe she didn't like your voice in real life. Maybe she didn't get all of your jokes. We don't know her like background, her backpack, her triggers, her past experience. So probably you will never know, and it's okay. The fact that she was sincere and honestly told you that I don't feel chemistry, you are a great guy, but I really don't think that we can proceed. So it means that she's an honest person, like good for her. It's okay that not everybody likes us. It's okay that we don't like everybody. We all have our preferences, we all have our expectations regarding our dating partner. And of course it is never pleasant to hear no as an answer, but it is better to hear like a real no than to be like thinking like yes, no, maybe. It's always better to know for sure. The second scenario that I have shared with you, when the girl has disappeared or has written a final letter before you have actually met in person, can be translated like she has met someone offline in real life. She went out with her friends, met a single guy, they had several dates, she liked him and she has decided to see whether this can lead to something. So can you blame her for that? I don't think so. Again, the fact that she has honestly written you a letter saying that she is not interested anymore said that that's a kind thing to do, because she doesn't want to waste your time and give you false hopes. So what to do in this situation? Claim that that was scam if you are using that paper letter dating site? Well, we don't have evidence that that was scam. You are the one that has decided to talk to that girl. You have actually chosen her, like filtered her profile among other profiles. You have enjoyed that correspondence, she was writing you letters, everything seemed to went well, but when you have met in person, you didn't like each other. That's life, it can happen. Probably right now you will tell me, Svetlana, I have to blame someone. I will blame the dating site. They should have checked that she would like me. How can they do that? They can't predict chemistry. Like, she was corresponding with you, she has met you in person, she looked like your pictures, she sincerely was interested in that date. I hope you can feel when the interest is sincere while you correspond with someone. There is no chemistry, like end of story. What can a dating site do about that? Of course, if you have been corresponding for 5 or 6 months and she has been encouraging you to actually travel to Kiev, her home city, to meet her, and she has promised to meet you at the airport, you arrive there and then she gives some like lame excuses like her cat is sick, her aunt is sick and she can't meet you, then that's another scenario. We are not discussing it right now. Anyway, you had this bad experience. You have wasted 6 months of your life on the correspondent that unfortunately didn't lead to anything, and now you feel offended, you feel deceived, you feel heartbroken. So what to do with that? First of all, learn from that experience. Learn that a correspondence that lasts 5 or 6 months, it's actually not the best investment. And it's a very risky deal. There is always a risk that you will spend like 5 or 6 months talking back and forth, discussing some neutral topics. Then you finally meet in person and you have nothing in common. You sit in front of each other at the restaurant and you understand that you don't feel attraction, or this attraction is not mutual, she is not attracted to you. So of course you would be upset, because within these 5 or 6 months your expectations regarding this date have managed to grow so rapidly and so fast that now they are as tall as Everest. And of course it's almost impossible to reach that level of expectations. So after 5 or 6 months you meet in person and you realize that she is not the one, of course you will feel upset. So why to wait so long? Why to correspond for 4 or 6 months? Why? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that if you will correspond for 1 month you won't actually get to know the person? Well, you can talk to her for 5 or 6 months, meet in person and realize that there is no chemistry there. You won't actually get to know a person by exchanging letters. So what is a healthy way to do it? A healthy way is to talk online maybe for several weeks, for a month maximum. Like within this time you can already see if, for example, she gets your jokes, if communication is easy, if you like her pictures, whether you want to meet her in person. And if she says yes, meet her. In this case, your expectations won't be able to grow to this unhealthy level, because you won't invest so much time, efforts and your heart into this communication. And if you meet in person and unfortunately you feel that she is not the one or it is not mutual, then you will move on. Only after a face-to-face meeting offline you can know for sure if this acquaintance can lead to relationship, if you both are willing to get to know each other outside from the web. I don't believe that online communication before the personal face-to-face meeting is efficient. This is why we don't do any emails exchange or any chats at Diolli.com. We do traditional, old-school, offline introductions. I will share another story with you. From time to time it happens at Diolli.com that, for example, after interviewing several ladies, I see that one can be a great match for my male client. I see that she really likes his photo. She shares his vision about relationship, family, gender roles. Just like my male client, she is into tennis. She is very active. She leads a healthy lifestyle. So I suggest my male client to meet this lady. He approves, he likes her photos, and he said that Svetlana schedule us a date. We interview more ladies and we approve several dates with the ladies for our male client in several weeks. Unfortunately, 2 weeks before the appointed date, one of the girls calls us and tells that I think I should cancel the date. Of course, we ask her why. Why do you want to cancel the date? Usually the lady tells that, oh, I have met someone. For example, not so long ago we had a situation when a lady, our female client, she's a legal advisor, she called me 2 weeks before her appointed date with my male client, and she said me that she had a client and he was a client of hers for like a few months, and she said that finally he has decided to ask her out for coffee. So they went out for coffee, then they had a dinner date, a lunch date, and she believed this acquaintance can lead to relationship. She said that he's divorced, tall, really handsome, and they have so much in common, so she wants to concentrate on this acquaintance, and this is why she wants to cancel the date with my male client. I remind you that this lady and my male client have never met. They didn't have a chance to build any expectations because they didn't correspond, they didn't talk on Skype. For this lady, my male client is just a handsome guy from the picture that I have showed her in my office. So she doesn't know him yet. She didn't build any connection to him. Male clients are usually more upset about such cancellations than ladies. Why? I have the theory that male clients get more attached to the photos of potential dates. Because at the end of the day, the male client has never met that girl in person. He has seen her photo, her profile, the brief description that I have provided him with. But if, for example, he really likes one of the pictures or two of the pictures from her profile, he already has painted in picture in his mind that she is the one. Why? Just because he really likes one of her pictures. So for a male client, usually it is such a tragedy that a lady has changed her mind and has cancelled the date. When I ask a male client, why are you so upset? You don't even know her, and we always have a plan B, so we suggest another candidate who match all the criteria. But in his mind, this lady is more mysterious right now. She is the one who got away, so for sure she was the one. I think it is good that the lady has decided to cancel the date in 2 weeks, because we have time to actually use plan B to actually approve another match and arrange another date with a lady who would have more interest and would be really single at that moment. Ladies react to cancellation in a better way. For example, if a client had 3 scheduled dates with our female members, and after the first date he feels strong connection with the lady, so he has decided to cancel the rest of the dates. Of course, we have to do the dirty work and we have to call the rest of the ladies and to tell them that unfortunately there won't be a date. It is interesting, but I never had a situation when a lady was super upset. You can tell me right now that probably she was not that interested if she was not upset with the cancellation of the date. Well, she might be upset, but very soon she will find a reason why it was a good thing that the date has never happened. She will find excuses and she will actually believe in them, like that was never meant to be, probably he was not the one, this is not the right month. I always knew that I shouldn't date Capricorns. So she will come up with different reasons and she won't be upset. Of course, there are exceptions and sometimes ladies get emotional, but that's life. Of course, if the lady has met you in person, this would be another scenario, because in this case you won't be this myth figure anymore. You would be a real person. You won't be just a John from the photos Svetlana has showed here in the office. You would be that sweet guy with thick eyelashes, with cute smile and great sense of humor she has met on Friday. And in this case, if you will cancel the date, she will feel upset. Ladies don't seem to have these unhealthy attachments to photos. It seems to be an illness guys have. I don't know why, maybe you will share your opinion with me in the comments below. Ladies tend not to build any emotional connection with the potential candidate unless she has actually met him in person. So if, for example, she has an arranged date and unfortunately on this date her boss has decided to make her work extra hours, or her favorite babysitter got sick so she can't go on a date, she will just think that this is the sign that this date was never meant to be. She won't be that upset. Of course, if she has met a gentleman in person and then something comes up when she's going out on a second, third, fifth date with him, then she will feel super upset. So this is the difference between male and female reaction. So how to overcome your negative or unsatisfying experience online? How not to bring it with you to your new future dating life? Learn from that experience and really try to leave it in the past. Don't blame yourself, don't blame the girl you used to correspond with, don't blame the dating site, the weather, other circumstances. It's nobody's fault. You had that experience. Be grateful for it, learn from it, don't repeat it. Keep in mind that corresponding for 3, 5, 4, 5 months is a risky business. You can't get guarantees that at the end of the day, when you finally meet in person, you will have proof that she is the one. And never forget that you can change your dating strategy or you can ask for professional help. It's not a crime to do it. I wish you all only successful, efficient dating. With love, Svetlana Mukha from Diolli.com.